Hey guys, it's SimQueen, and today I'm doing a Decades Challenge CC haul. I've been getting a few questions about where I get my custom content for my Decades Challenge. For those of you who don't know, I have my Decades Challenge on my channel, and I'm up to the 1920s. I'm just heading into the 1920s now. So this, all this CC is just going to be from the beginning of the Decades Challenge, which is the 1890s up until the 1920s, and then I'll do a separate video once we get past the 1920s. So this is only for the first 3 generations, but I found that a lot of the CC is really helpful for this challenge, and there's so much of it. I didn't want to do the entire Decades Challenge in one video, so I'll just do a few generations at a time. We'll start with the toddlers. So there is not much for toddlers, unfortunately, but I did find these, I guess it's like a full underwear, I guess, which kind of, it's a good thing because you can use it for their like pajamas and for swimwear. So there's that, and this is a boy obviously, but they have the nightgowns as well. I'm really not even, there's different swatches as well. There's pink, there's blue, black, there's this brown color, but I think that's super helpful for because I guess for bathing suits it's tough, and for like sleepwear it's tough because there's nothing in the game that really goes with the theme. And then that's honestly all I have for toddlers. But in the past I've just been using there's this, and there are a couple of things that you can kind of put together. But that's all I have for the toddler boys. For the girls I have a couple of things, again not a ton. But there is this ruffle dress right here, which I think works really well, and it comes in so many different colors. Some of the swatches are patterned, like there's like a couple that are striped. There's that one, there's this one. Like it's a really cute dress. I use it for pretty much all my Sims, or all my toddler girls, I guess. And then I usually just pair it with a pair of like these tall white socks and something like that. And it usually, it kind of does the trick. I think she looks like she's definitely in the 1900s. So that I think works really well. And then for hair, I didn't take out all the rest of my CC because I already pretty much know where things are. But there's these braids which are really cute. And then there's also, there's these ones too, and they're super cute and they kind of match. I mean, the hair isn't a big deal really. Like you can kind of work with what we've already got. There's this one as well, but yeah, there's a lot of really cute hairstyles that you can do for toddlers. So that is pretty much it. Again, here's like the nightgowns that you can do. Not that many different colors, but there are a few. And then there's this one as well that has like the long sleeves, and it's kind of got a bit of a design on the neck there. But yeah, that is it for the toddlers. So now I will go up to the children. So I don't have a ton for toddlers and kids because there really isn't that much available. There are a few things though. So for dresses, I've got, where are you? So there's this one, which is perfect for the very first generation. The Decades Challenge starts in the 1890s, and this one is so perfect. Unfortunately, I didn't have this one downloaded when I did my Decades Challenge in the 1890s, so I couldn't use it. And it does come in a few different swatches, but honestly, it's so perfect. I don't really care for these last 3. They're a little too colorful, I think. But this one is just so, so good. And then for hair, I don't really have too much, but I thought that I would just, there's this one here with like those curled sort of braids, which I think really matches. And then there are a few different ones like these. I didn't really even download for the Decades Challenge, but they do work for it. And then there's these braids too, but unfortunately they do clip in some of the outfits, so you can't really use them with everything. I think I'll just change it back to this one. And then also I downloaded bonnet as well. So there's a few hats actually. The hats are really helpful. There's this one here. This is like the look. This is really a good look for the 1890s, and this bonnet comes in so many different colors. There's so many swatches, but that to me is like, it's, you know exactly what we're going for here. So that is that. I will come back to those hats after I change this dress into something different. I did download this one as well. I didn't use it that much because I didn't love it, but I am putting it in the video anyway. It's just, It's not great. It's kind of plain, but you can definitely still use that one. And then there's this ruffled dress as well. It's pretty much the same one that you can get for the toddlers. Again, it comes in like so many different colors. I use this dress a lot. And I think it's really cute. It's got like different patterns. And then there's this dress as well, which is, it's a little, I don't know. It's not textured really, so it's not great, but it does kind of do the trick. And then there's this one too, which is really good. This might be one of my favorite dresses for the girls. Again, it's another one that I didn't have when I was doing the Decades Challenge in the 1890s, so I'm a little upset that I didn't get a chance to use it. But this one is really cute. It's got like the apron there. And those are more for boys that I'll show. And that is pretty much it for the dresses. And then there are tops as well. Actually, no, I don't think there are any tops. No, no, I didn't do any tops, but there's a few hats I can show. So if I just change it to that, we'll just put the braids, I think. So there is this one here, which I think is so cute. I love this hat. I didn't really get a chance to use it too much, but it is really adorable. It comes in lots of colors as well. And there's this cap, which is more for boys, I would say, but I mean, it kind of does the trick. And then there's this one as well, which honestly I'm not really going to use. It kind of works, but it only comes in one color. And I think that's it for, oh, no, that's not what I meant to click at all. Okay, so moving on to the boys. Oops, not teens. That's not what I meant to do. So for the boys, there are a few outfits. The boys were the toughest. Well, toddlers are the toughest, but I think I only got 2 things for boys. There's this one here, which I don't really see exactly when you would use this one. Probably, I don't know, it's tough to know what they would have worn. I mostly just kind of Googled things, but I would say like the 1900s probably. And then there's also this one here, which is kind of more like fancy. The problem is I wouldn't have used these things in my challenge because my Sims were kind of poor. So I don't think that this is what a farm boy would wear, but this does really work for the Decades Challenge. And then there's this one as well, which is like a little sailor outfit, which is kind of cute too. And then there's this one, which I think I would have used the most because, like I said, my Sims were poor and they just gardened most of the time. So that one's pretty good though. It does really suit the theme. And that is pretty much it. I don't think I have any hats. I think just that one. Oh, well, there's this one. And then, which actually kind of works for the boys. And then there's this cap as well. And it comes in different swatches. And I don't really like the textured ones too much. They're not too bad. That one I don't care for. But this brown one I think is the best one. And that is pretty much it for the boys. So now we will just go right to young adult. So for guys, let's just look at the hats, because I did get a couple of hats. They're at the bottom. So there's this one. I did get like a full like army outfit, which is really interesting. You can definitely use that for I think it's the 1910s is when the First War was, so you can use that for that generation. And then there's this cap here too, which comes in 4 different swatches. And then there's this hat as well, which does come in like 6 colors. And then there's, I think that's, oh, there's one more hat, this one too. So I really like the hats because in my challenge, the guys wore hats like all the time because it seemed realistic. So I did use those quite a bit. And then for outfits, we've got, I did do a few, actually what I'll do is go right to that army outfit because it did look really good, like with the hat as well. If I can find it. Oh, maybe I won't be able to find it. It's not going to be up there. Okay, well either way, there's this one. I really like this outfit a lot. Like I said, my Sims were poor, so I wouldn't have used this very much. And then I also have this outfit here, which is like, I think they called it like a hunter's outfit, and it did come with these like really high socks. Where are they? this. Yeah, and they just come in that one color, and then you would just do boots with it, I think. Like, not whatever those are. I don't even know what he would wear. Honestly, I don't know, but I'll just put those on there for now. And then there is... I can't believe I can't find that, like, military outfit. It was so perfect. Maybe it was 2 pieces. That is entirely possible. I did download so much CC, and now I've kind of lost some of it. Yeah, it actually, I bet it was 2 pieces. So let's just go down to the tops. I always go from bottom to top when it comes to CC because it's just so much easier. There is this, which you could use for the Decades Challenge. I didn't really, and it's not why I downloaded this, but I did put this on my Tumblr as well, so it's still there. You can download that for the Decades Challenge if you like. Oh, here it is. So there's this, and then it did not come with pants, which I'm super confused about, or maybe it did and I just don't understand which ones to use. So that's a little frustrating. I didn't know which pants to use, but you can kind of just mix and match and figure it out, but I do really like that jacket. And then once you put the hat on, I'm disappointed that I didn't see this before. When my sim went to war, I didn't see this, so I didn't use it. But I definitely would have if I had known about it. And then for tops, I think that might be it. Yes, so that's it for the shirts. But then there is one more thing that you can actually... I'm glad I found this. So they have this, which is like kind of interesting because it's realistic for the time, and it does come in a few different colors, but I like the blue and white one for swimwear. I think it's really cute. Well, I mean, he doesn't want to look cute, but it works for the Decades Challenge really well. And then I think there's no more accessories either. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the guys. I didn't get a ton of stuff because I did find that what we already have in the game was working for me, so I didn't feel the need to get a ton. So now for females, let's change your hair first of all. I didn't get any hair because, again, I feel like what we've got is good enough. I pretty much just used the hair that we had in the game. Which one did I use the most? It's hard to say, but I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I am just trying to find something that they would have, I mean, that even kind of does the trick. So for the hats, actually no, let's go to the dresses first, because most of the CC is for the females. I don't know why it works out that way. It always does though. So there is this right here, which comes in a lot of different colors. I did use this quite a bit, and like there's so many different patterns and colors, and I think it's just perfect. Like it's got a lot of layering and texture, and it just does the trick. Like it's perfect for, I guess I would use it in like the 1900s. And then there's this one as well, which I used a lot as well, because it's very simple, and like I said, my Sims were poor, so they didn't dress too fancy. And then this is meant to be like pajamas. Take those shoes off. Yeah, it's fairly simple. And then there's, oh, I already showed that one. This one here is like a nightgown. I use this a lot for sleepwear as well. And then there's this, which is not my favorite. Like, it doesn't really scream 1910s to me. That is what it's for, but I didn't really like it that much, so I didn't use it a ton. And then there's this one too, which I really like. It's meant to be, I think it's supposed to be outerwear, which is nice because the hardest part was finding outfits for outerwear because we don't really have anything. So there's that, which I really like. And this is meant to be like underwear, it's like the corset, and that comes in a few different colors too. And this one, same thing, same colors, but it's nice to have these because, like, again, we don't really have anything even remotely close to this. This jacket is more for the 1920s, and I really like it. I'm using all of this now because I'm in the 1920s, so I just gave my Sims makeovers, and I did use this jacket. I think I used the green swatch, which I really like. And then there's this one. Also, I love this one. I mean, you have to find the right hair with it because it does clip, but I really like it. I think it's super cute. There's a couple swatches that to me just don't really work, like this red. It's just, there's no texture to it. It's just a bright red. So that's not my favorite, but I do really like the pink one. This one, I love this. I unfortunately did not have this when I did the decades and like I guess this would be more like 1910s. I didn't have this, but this might be one of my favorites. Like, it's super cute. There's a ton of different colors. And there is also one where you can download just like solid color. It's just basically a recolor of the dress we already have. But this one I really like. And then this, another coat, which, I mean, it's kind of shapeless, but it does work for the theme as well. I could see like an elderly sim wearing that in the 1920s. And then there's this one, which I really like. There's a lot of different colors. It's just really cute. And I used this one recently as well. This one's my favorite. I like the green. It looks very like luxurious. And then I think, there's this one, which I really like. There's so many options for female Sims for the Decades CC, but for anybody else, it's a little bit tougher. But there are a lot of options here. I like this. I use that in like every color. And then there's this one, which honestly I don't love. There are just better things that you can have your Sims wear, but that does work for the Decades Challenge. And then this one was meant to be more for like the 1920s as well. And it comes in different swatches, but honestly, I really only like the first one and the last one. Not a huge fan. They're just too bright. Like, that's way, way too bright. I mostly like this one. And then there's this coat, which I really like. I usually have my sim pair it with like tights and boots, and it looks very realistic for the, I guess, the 1900s. I was trying to throw this together quickly so I could show what I'm talking about. Boots, these ones usually, like these we already have in game with like the vampire pack, which really works. And then there's also, I don't think I downloaded any. No, I didn't. But I think that really works. And then there's also these ones, which I think looks good too. And I think I'll just, I'll just leave them. There's also this coat here, which is like the same as the other one that I showed pretty much. And then that's nothing. This is supposed to be a flapper dress for the 1920s, but I don't really like it. It looks really messy, and I'm going to be uninstalling that. I really don't like that one. And then there's also, I think that was almost it. There's this dress too, which like I'm not going to use for the Decades Challenge. It's too short, but it does come in this longer color, which I think is really cute. I haven't really used it yet, but it is really cute. Then there's, I think that was actually it for there's this one. This one is really good too. I use this quite a bit for outerwear because it does look like sort of thicker. So there's lots of options for that one too. And some of them have like the brooch at the top. And I think there's this one, which is so perfect. Like, it's super simple. It's perfect for your like founder Sims because it's just plain, and usually they don't have a lot of money, and it's just perfect. And then there's this one as well, which kind of works the same way. I wish that I had these. Again, I didn't really dive too deep into the CC when I first started my challenge, and I wish that I had because there are a lot of options. And then there's also this one here, which I really like. So many different colors, like just tons, and like patterns, there's stripes. Really like it. I like this one the most, I think. And then there's this for a flapper dress, which I really like. My sim right now is a flapper, so she wears this a lot. I use this is my favorite one, like the red, I like that. That's not CC at all. I think that's actually all I have. I mean, not that that's like nothing. I'm just gonna put on a dress because it kind of matches the hats that I'm gonna show. So there's this dress. I mean, we can just put on whatever, it doesn't matter. So for hats, there's quite a few actually. This one, I mean, it came with Get Famous, but it really works for the Decades. This one is super cute. There's like a whole pack. I forget what it's called. It's like a tea party pack or something like that. And it comes with a lot of different things, and I really like this hat. I think it's really cute. And then there's the same ones that the guys get, those caps. This one is like for the 1920s, and I really like that too. I've been using that lately as well. This hat is super cute. It kind of just sits on the top of her head. It's sort of fancy, and I feel like dressing the fancier Sims is super fun. So there's that. And then this huge one, which reminds me of Rose from Titanic, like the very first time we see her. That's what that reminds me of, but I really like it. And then there's this little one as well. I think all of these, or at least most of them, come with that Tea Party pack. There's some for kids in there, and there's some for adults as well. And then there's this bonnet, which is really cute. I think it's meant to be like a Christmas bonnet, but I mean, it just works for anything. And then there's this hat as well. But the thing with this is that you can't put hair under it, so that's a little annoying. I would use it if we could put hair under it, but you can't. And then there's this one too, which is good for the 1920s as well. And I don't think I have anything for accessories. Just gonna check here. No, I don't. Okay. So I think I do have, I might have a bathing suit. I don't quite remember, but I'm gonna check anyway. No. But there is no, it doesn't show up here. But you can use, I mean, like, it's a little obnoxious, but I feel like I'm never going to be able to find it because I have way too much CC. I'm going to be uninstalling a lot of this because I don't need all this, like the 1890s to the 1920s. I don't need that anymore. No. Okay, well, I mean, you can use that as a bathing suit because that honestly is what they would have worn. So it's a little obnoxious, but I think it really works for that. And then they have like nightgowns as well. But I would definitely use that for bathing suits. But I think that is pretty much it for my CC haul. There's a ton of stuff in here, and a lot of it is just like so perfect, and I wish that I had found these things when I started it. And when I started getting questions about the CC that I use, I thought that it would be helpful to do this video so you can kind of see what's out there. I will link my Tumblr in the description because that's where I put a lot of this stuff. And then also I'm going to link Lana's CC finds, because if you can't find it on my Tumblr, you can definitely find it on hers. That's where I got most of my custom content. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, comment down below, let me know what you think, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Thanks for watching.